Have you ever lost your temper and regretted it later, or felt frustrated when things didn't go your way? We all struggle with self-control and patience, but imagine mastering them to the point where no situation could shake you. The secret lies in following the example of the greatest role model, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam faced immense challenges, insults, hardships, and personal losses, yet he remained calm, patient, and composed. He didn't just preach self-control, he lived it every single day. Whether dealing with enemies, personal grief, or daily struggles, his ability to stay patient and respond with wisdom changed lives. So, how can we apply his teachings in our modern lives? In this video, we'll explore how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mastered self-control and patience with practical steps you can use daily. By the end, you'll have powerful tools to transform your reactions and bring peace into your life. Let's begin. True strength is self-control. In our daily lives, we often associate strength with physical power, the ability to win arguments, dominate situations, or overpower others. However, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam redefined true strength. He said, "The strong man is not the one who can wrestle, but the one who controls himself when angry." Bukhari. This profound statement shifts our understanding of power from physical dominance to inner discipline. Controlling emotions, especially anger, is one of the hardest challenges a person can face. Anger is a natural response, but if left unchecked, it leads to words and actions we later regret. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam emphasized that true courage lies in remaining calm when provoked. He demonstrated this repeatedly throughout his life, even when he had every right to respond harshly. One striking example of his self-control was when a Bedouin once pulled his cloak so harshly that it left marks on his neck. Instead of reacting with frustration, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam simply smiled and fulfilled the man's request. This level of composure was not weakness, it was the ultimate strength of character. By mastering his emotions, he set an example of how a person can remain in control even in difficult situations. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam also provided practical guidance on managing anger. He advised those who feel anger rising within them to remain silent, as speaking in the heat of the moment often leads to regret. Additionally, he recommended changing posture. If standing, then sitting. If sitting, then lying down. This physical shift helps calm the mind and body. Another key method he encouraged was performing wudu, ablution, as anger is fueled by fire and water helps to cool it down. Mastering self-control is not about suppressing emotions, but about directing them wisely. It requires mindfulness, patience, and a conscious effort to pause before reacting. Every time we hold back from responding in anger, we are practicing a sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and strengthening our character. True strength is not about overpowering others, but about mastering oneself. When we control our emotions, we gain clarity, wisdom, and the ability to handle challenges with grace. This is the self-mastery that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught, one that leads to inner peace, stronger relationships, and ultimately a life of dignity and respect. The Prophet's sallallahu alaihi wasallam unshakable patience. Patience, or sabr, is one of the greatest virtues in Islam, and no one embodied it better than Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His life was filled with immense challenges, personal losses, rejection, persecution, but he never allowed hardships to shake his faith or character. Instead of responding with frustration, he remained calm, teaching us that patience is not just about waiting. It's about enduring difficulties with grace and trust in Allah. One of the most striking examples of his patience was during his time in Ta'if. When he traveled there to invite people to Islam, he was met with severe hostility. The people mocked him, threw stones at him, and forced him out of the city, leaving him injured and exhausted. Yet, instead of cursing them, he made a heartfelt dua, asking Allah to guide them. His concern was not for his own suffering, but for their ability to find the truth. This moment defines true patience, remaining steadfast in hardship without letting anger or resentment take over. His patience was also evident in his personal life. He endured the loss of his parents at a young age, the death of his beloved wife Khadija, Razi Allah Ta'ala Anhu, and the passing of his children. Despite these heartbreaking moments, he never complained. Instead, he turned to prayer and relied on Allah for strength. His ability to remain composed during such tragedies shows that patience is not about being emotionless, but about trusting Allah's plan, even in pain. Even in his interactions with people, the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, demonstrated remarkable patience. A man once came to the masjid and started urinating in one corner. The companions rushed to stop him, but the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, calmly told them to let him finish. Afterward, he gently explained the sanctity of the masjid without scolding or humiliating the man. This wisdom in handling situations with patience and kindness turned many hearts toward Islam. The Prophet's sallallahu alaihi wasallam patience wasn't passive, it was powerful. It allowed him to stay focused on his mission without being distracted by negativity. He taught us that patience is not weakness, but a source of immense inner strength. By following his example, we can develop the ability to face life's challenges with dignity, perseverance, and unwavering faith in Allah's wisdom. Practical steps to self-control. Mastering self-control requires conscious effort and consistent practice. Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, provided us with simple yet powerful strategies to manage our emotions, especially anger. Implementing these steps in our daily lives can help us stay calm and respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. 1. Pause before reacting. One of the most effective ways to control emotions is to pause before responding. When someone provoked the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he never reacted immediately. Instead, he remained silent, processed the situation, and then chose his words carefully. This brief pause prevents us from saying or doing things we might regret. When we feel anger rising, taking a deep breath and giving ourselves a moment to think can completely change how we respond. 2. Seek refuge in Allah. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, taught that anger is from Shaitan, who thrives on making people lose control. One of the best ways to counteract this is to say, A'udhu billahi min ash-shaytan ir-rajm. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed devil. This simple phrase shifts our focus from the emotion to Allah, reminding us that we are accountable for our actions. When we invoke Allah's name, it becomes easier to regain composure and act with wisdom. 3. Change your physical state. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, advised that when anger strikes, changing your physical position can help diffuse it. He said, "If one of you gets angry while standing, let him sit down. If his anger does not go away, let him lie down." Abu Dawud. This technique works because physical actions influence our emotions. Sitting down reduces tension, while lying down makes it even harder to act aggressively. Walking away from a heated situation also helps in cooling down and gaining perspective. 4. Perform wudu, ablution. Anger is often described as a fire that burns within a person. The Prophet, ﷺ, recommended making wudu as a way to extinguish this fire. Washing the face, hands, and body with cool water has a calming effect, both physically and emotionally. It helps reset our state of mind and brings a sense of tranquility. By applying these practical steps, we can gradually develop better self-control. The key is to remain mindful and intentional, remembering that true strength lies in mastering our emotions rather than being controlled by them. Patience in daily life. Patience is not just for moments of extreme hardship. It is a quality that shapes our everyday interactions, decisions, and responses. The ability to remain patient in daily life can strengthen our relationships, improve our character, and bring inner peace. Prophet Muhammad, ﷺ, demonstrated patience not only in major challenges, but also in the smallest aspects of life, teaching us that true patience is a continuous practice. 1. Patience with people. Dealing with others requires patience, especially when facing criticism, rudeness, or unfair treatment. The Prophet, ﷺ, interacted with all kinds of people, including those who insulted him or acted harshly. Yet, he never lost his temper or responded with anger. Instead, he treated others with kindness and understanding, often winning their hearts. In our own lives, we encounter people who test our patience, family members, colleagues, or even strangers. Instead of reacting emotionally, we can follow the Prophet's ﷺ example by choosing calmness over frustration. When someone upsets us, taking a deep breath and responding with kindness can prevent unnecessary conflicts and build stronger relationships. 2. Patience in difficult situations. Life is full of unexpected difficulties, financial struggles, health issues, failures, and disappointments. The Prophet, ﷺ, showed us that patience in such moments is not about suppressing emotions, but about trusting Allah's plan. When things don't go as planned, instead of complaining or feeling hopeless, we can remind ourselves that Allah knows what is best for us. Every challenge carries wisdom and an opportunity for growth. One way to develop patience in difficult times is to repeat the phrase, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Indeed, we belong to Allah, and to Him we shall return. This helps shift our focus from frustration to faith, making it easier to endure hardships with a positive mindset. 3. Patience in worship. Remaining consistent in our prayers, fasting, and daily acts of worship requires patience. The Prophet, ﷺ, emphasized that the best deeds are those done consistently, even if they are small. Some days we may feel motivated to pray and do extra good deeds, while on other days it may feel difficult. True patience is continuing to worship Allah, regardless of how we feel. By practicing patience in these everyday situations, we build emotional resilience, deepen our faith, and live with a sense of peace and purpose. Patience isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about maintaining strength and trust in Allah in every moment of life. Mastering self-control and patience like the Prophet, ﷺ, is a journey, but every small step brings us closer to inner peace and a stronger connection with Allah. By applying these teachings in our daily lives, we can respond to challenges with wisdom and grace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pure Deen for more Islamic guidance. Comment below. May Allah grant me patience and wisdom in every situation. May Allah bless us all with a heart full of patience and a mind guided by wisdom. Ameen.